Okay, hi. So today I want to practice um, some, just a yoga sequence, regular, practicing some poses, and also trying to incorporate some moves that have to do with um, Virgo, where the moon is in Virgo right now. And I also wanted to suggest maybe lighting a candle, just making it a little bit more intentional, your practice. So I had put a white candle. I love white candles. For me, it's purity, it's new, it's cleansing. I do follow a moon app, and they do suggest that white is the color of protection, truth, balance, and peace. And I do agree with that. I was looking at some other colors that they suggest. Red, we think red and we think like, oh, it's a love thing, but it's not only about love. You can use the color red for courage, for health, for vitality, for energy. The other color that I thought would be fitting for this intention and this practice today is pink, for self-acceptance, affection, and kindness. And that's for within the self, right? So you can also have some scents. I don't have any suggested scents in this moment, but I do have white sage that I was burning, and that could be an oil or incense. But for me, this practice right now is really about accepting myself as I am, seeing myself from the inside and not so much what I look like on the outside. So a little bit personal, don't want to get crying over here, but I've always had a thing with how I see myself on the outside, and this is like since I was a young girl. So it's a lot of work that I'm still doing every day. Getting a little bit emotional. I don't want to at this moment in time. But so this is an everyday thing that I'm working with, and it's much easier said than done. So I'm gonna just leave that there for right now. But yeah, it's more looking at yourself from the inside and accepting everything that you are on the outside, because it really doesn't matter what we look like on the outside. When you really think about it, it just doesn't. It really doesn't. A person could be super beautiful and amazing looking on the outside, and then the inside it could be not so matching. I'm not saying everybody's like that. I'm not saying every beautiful person, is like that. But what I'm saying is that, you, yourself, your soul, your beautiful, true self is what matters, not what is on the outside. Again, gotta breathe. Okay, so that is what this practice today is symbolizing for myself, and me just sharing that with you. And let's try to focus on that. Let's try to focus on accepting ourselves the way we are, total package, because we are all unique and we all bring something wonderful to this time and space. And it's time that we start doing that, right? Not just what we look like on the outside. That's not important. Okay, so I did write down a few statements that have to do with Virgo, since the moon is in Virgo. Maybe I'll just say a few, and maybe you will take one and have that as a reminder during your practice here today. But before that, right, let's do some breathing. Let's do some breathing to settle in. And then from there, I will, while you're breathing, I can say those affirmations, and you can just take in what you like and maybe keep one for the rest of the practice. Okay? So if you'd like, you can close your eyes and just relax. Maybe do a few little shoulder rolls, or maybe, you know, just to squeeze a little bit just to relax your body. I'm going to do that now along with you. Okay. And then when you're ready, you can close your eyes. And the first kind of breathing I want to do is one that was suggested. So as we inhale, the stomach comes out, and then as we exhale, you tighten it up. Okay, so let's do that first. And if you want, you can place your hand on your belly and your chest to feel that motion, and you can feel like a better connection with your breath. So just inhale, letting your tummy pop out, and then exhale, bringing it back in. And just do that at your own pace. Last one for me. So you can continue breathing this way, or just come to a normal breath without focusing so much about the belly coming in and out. Okay, I'm just going to read a few of these statements, and then we can begin our practice. So just try to be on the lookout for one that you like in this moment in time. Self-care is health-care. Enjoy all that is and all that I am. I choose progress over perfection. I choose to enjoy the process over the result. I see truth within myself. I focus on what I can do right now. I focus on the present moment to improve productivity. I am divinely guided and protected. With determination and courage, I can handle anything. My daily goals inspire me to take action. I really like this one. Thank you, universe, for my continued health and vitality. And with these, this is something more of what I'm trying to focus on. And the last few days, what I've been noticing and the message that I've been receiving is to live, in balance with a sense of, living with ease, but also, I can't read my handwriting. Wow, real life right now. Because it was such a good one, and I was like, oh my gosh, this one is so good. But I guess it's living with ease. I really can't read what I wrote. But for me, yeah, a balance of living with ease, but also planning and intention. You know, doing the hard work that needs to be done, but also doing it with ease. Not with, I'm doing this hard work and this is what needs to happen because I'm doing this hard work. No, it's doing and making the effort and working towards what you'd like, but also being flexible and living with ease and comfort and knowing that everything is going to unfold as it's supposed to unfold because you're doing what you need to do for yourself. You're caring for yourself and you're taking that time and making that effort. Wellness is a state of the body. Calm and peace are the state of mind. And let's be open to growth. Okay, so with those, hopefully you chose one that you can, have an intention while doing this practice. And as always, we're doing this just flowing and taking it easy, doing what we can in our body and in this moment in time today, and really focus on accepting ourselves, accepting where we're at, who we are, what we are, and just really focus on acceptance and self-love and compassion and kindness, for ourselves. Okay, so from here, let's just go right into a few cat-cows. So I have my blocks here, I have my padding for the knees, and we're just gonna go into our tabletop and remembering to match our breath. Okay, so we're inhaling and dropping the belly towards the mat. Exhaling, curving the spine towards the ceiling, and let's just do a few of these at our own pace. Really exaggerating that breath. This is the last one here. From there, I'm gonna take my little blocks here, and I'm gonna bring my right foot forward and just begin to rock back and forth gently in the lunge. Maybe you match your breath here too. Make inhale here, the lunge, and then straighten the leg. You can exhale. Or maybe you want to take a full breath in each back and forth, and an exhale in each back and forth. Really just make this your own and connect with yourself and what you're doing and your own flow. My movements are just suggestions. So I'm going to stop here, take a nice inhale and exhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to twist over to the right, whatever knee is bent, and inhale, and then I'm going to sit back on my heel, stretch the front of my, the back of my leg here, and come back up and switch, bringing the left leg out in front, and then beginning to come into your own flow here and rocking front and back. Okay, coming here to the lunge, inhale. Exhale, turning over towards that bent knee. Inhale, center, and exhale, sit back on the heel, if that feels good. Okay, from here, let's come up. I'm going to move these out of the way. Let's see. We're gonna go to tabletop. Okay, we're gonna keep this. I wrote down notes. We're gonna keep here this padded knee thing, and we're gonna come back to tabletop. I'm hoping I have enough space behind me. Definitely did not practice this before. So coming to tabletop. Okay, I have space. We're going to press here firmly through the palms, tighten up the core, and we're going to bring our knee towards our head, and then we're going to bring it out. Okay, so I'm going to inhale and then exhale, bringing the knee in. Inhale, let's bring the leg up and back. And we're gonna do that on each leg a few times. So exhale on the knee coming in. Inhale, bring the leg up and out. And exhale, bring it in. Just do a few of these. One, and then let's switch. We'll take a nice inhale, bringing the leg back. Exhale, bring it towards your head. Doing the best you can in your body, in your ability, appreciating it. One more. Okay, from there, we're going to come up to mountain. Okay, so we're gonna come up to mountain. I think I should stay here. Let's see, I hopefully, yes. Hopefully this is good. Okay, so I'm gonna come up to mountain again, remembering our palms facing forward, shoulders away from the ears, soft knees, and kind of that tummy tuck here. Nice and relaxed. Let's practice our salute here, our salutation, the one that I really like, that I can remember the steps. But I have my paper here. All right, so let's start in mountain pose. Take a nice inhale. Our arms are gonna come up, over, small back bend if you'd like. Exhale, we're gonna begin to fold forward, remembering all of the ways that you can do this, coming onto a block, bending the knees, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're gonna bring the right, I think I remember, right knee back. You can stay up or bring it to the surface and come here. Lift our arms up. Inhale and exhale. One more. Okay, from there, placing our palms on the floor, tucking the back foot, bringing the left foot back. We're in our plank, and it's where we lower. Exhale, the the knees, the chest, and the chin to the floor, looking forward. Inhale, then we'll come into our cobra. And then exhale. I believe we're going to our downward dog. Take a breath here. Bend the knees. Bring the right foot forward. I'm going to place my left knee down and come to this lunge here. Inhaling and exhaling here. One more. Placing the palms on the floor, and now we bring the left foot to meet the right. Stay in our fold. Come halfway up. Exhale, fold. And then inhale all the way up. Okay, so that's like my favorite one. And I need to practice that so it could be in the memory. Okay, so now we're gonna go into practicing some of the warrior flow. So I'm gonna just step back with the right leg, okay? Bending the front leg, which is my left. Back toes are facing the side of the mat. And just try to align myself here with the warrior two, bending that front leg, keeping the back leg straight, trying to bring my chest forward and really just be strong and powerful in this pose. Just, you're amazing, this beautiful body, beautiful soul, beautiful mind. And let's respect it, let's care for it, let's show it love, and let's appreciate it. So standing here in our warrior two, we can look over our fingertips. Just taking a few breaths here. And the next exhale, we'll come back for our warrior two, peaceful warrior. So bringing that back hand towards the back leg. We can bring the other hand to the ceiling if we'd like, and we can look at the hands, or we can look forward, or maybe you want to look at your candle, just making sure that your front leg is still bent. Take a few breaths here, you peaceful warrior. Opening up that chest. Exhale. Let's bring the arms over to the opposite side. So our left hand is now on the on our thigh, or left thigh. I meant to say the forearm is on the thigh. And just take a few breaths here. Remembering all your options. If you want a little bit more, you can bring the block here to the side of your foot, or you can bring your hand to the floor, whatever you'd like. Just trying to keep your body facing forward, so you're just coming down into this on your side. From there, I'm going to straighten my leg and come down for my triangle pose. So again, same thing. We can have the hand on a block. Find what's comfortable for you. I've seen before some people put their hand in behind the foot. You can do that too. And just really folding here at the waist, bringing that hip back, or I can't even explain it. I'm so sorry. I need to get better with that. But I'm trying to show you as best as I can in my body here today. So taking a few breaths here, finding what's best for you. And then we're gonna rotate the back foot forward, and we're gonna fold over here for our pyramid pose. So I like to use the blocks, trying to bend at the waist and folding forward. Taking a few breaths in this pose. Remembering all your options. If you just want to come to the thigh, that's totally okay. One more breath here. And bending that front leg. We're going to position the back foot to come at a diagonal so we can practice a warrior one. So with a warrior one, our hips are forward. We're trying to find that alignment, finding your stance where your hips are facing forward. Your back foot is at a diagonal, straight leg behind you, front leg as bent as it's comfortable. Let's bring the arms up. From there, we can bring the foot up to the other foot. And then we can practice, I put it here, let's practice chair pose, and then we can move on to the other side. So for chair pose, we're gonna be standing with our feet closer together, and I'm gonna bring my hands out in front. Feel free to bring them up higher if you feel comfortable, but I'm gonna leave them right out in front. And making sure that my back stays straight, I'm just gonna begin to sit my hips down a bit and back. And I'm not gonna go crazy here trying to come down into this crazy squat. I'm just gonna sit here, and you do what's comfortable for you. Sit the hips back and down with a straight back. Tummy tucked in. Maybe you try to bring your hands up higher if that feels good. And take a few breaths in your chair pose. Feel free to come in and out. And exhale, you can come out of that, and then we'll go to the other side. I think I remember the sequence, but I'm gonna bring my notes with me just in case. So now we're coming to the opposite leg. So I believe my right leg was back before. So now I'm bringing my left leg back, and we're gonna step into warrior two here. So I don't really have my mirror right in front. I'm trying to see myself the best I can in my phone. And front toes face the top of the mat, back toes face the side of the mat, chest out, shoulders away from the ears, bringing your hands above shoulder height, and trying to bring a bend into that front leg, and hips are forward. Hips are forward. Gotta open this up here the best that I can, feeling a little sore. And just taking a few breaths here in our warrior two. You can look over those fingertips. If you remember which intention you wanted to set here, which statement you resonated with the most, just try to keep that in your mind. One more breath here. When you exhale, let's bring the arms back. So the back arm will be touching the back leg that's straight. Try to keep the bend in the front knee and bringing the right hand now to the ceiling. You can look up, you can look forward. Trying to fix the alignment of my body. One more breath. And then bringing that over to the other side. Whew. Remembering that you can come out of the pose whenever, I really like to give it a chance for you to find, the alignment or different ways that you want to practice to see what feels good in your body. So that's why I don't flow quickly from one side to the next. I think it's important for us to have the opportunity to see what we like in our body today. Just try something new. Here we are in an extended angle. Let's take one more breath here. And then we're going to straighten the leg. Forgot my blocks over there. And come into our triangle pose. So again, trying to come over to the side here. You can come onto your thigh. It doesn't have to be so far down. Please focus on yourself, on your body, and what you're feeling, matching the breath with the moment and the movement. We're not all going to look the same when we do this pose. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to rotate the back foot to face the same way as the front and come into our pyramid pose. So folding over here, coming into a pyramid pose, trying to bend at the waist. I have to remind myself. Yourself that each exhale is a chance to come deeper into a pose. Last breath here. Bend the front leg, and then we'll adjust the back foot to come into a diagonal so we can come into a warrior one on this side. So we're bending the front leg, making sure our hips are faced forward. Back foot is at a diagonal, and just doing the best that we can in our body today. Remembering that it's okay to come to a wider stance when we are in the warrior one, so that our hips can have a chance to face forward. I am eager to learn more about each pose, better way of explaining it for you to get into it, understand it in your body and your ability. But right now, this is where I am today. And so I'm just sharing my way with you. From there, let's have both feet come back to meet, and then we can practice our tree pose. So with our tree pose, we're going to practice our balance. You can have the wall, a table, a chair, anything to make you feel more comfortable. I mentioned this before, where maybe we can place our foot on a block. A chair. I know some people even do this pose laying down, so you just lay down and then you bring, just the way you would, you bring that foot to the thigh or the shin. But if we're working here on the balance, we can work on letting go of the chair, if that's what you're practicing. So we're gonna bring our right foot up to the thigh or the shin, or we can kickstand it on the floor. And really try to open up that knee to come out to the side. Hips are forward. Maybe look at one thing that you could focus on for your balance. Shoulders away from the ears. You know, nice and tall, like if somebody was had a string here, right? Like, and you were being lifted by the string. So let's practice that. And then you can begin maybe to bring your hands up to meet above your head or at your hips, or maybe bring them to heart center, whatever you want to practice in this moment in time. Let's focus on this balance, pressing the foot into the thigh and vice versa, the thigh into the foot. So everything is working here, and that foot, that standing foot, is rooted into the surface. Let's take a few more breaths here in our tree pose. And gently come out of that, and let's step it out a bit. The other one I forgot to mention was one time I saw my mentor doing it, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And it's a little difficult for me. But the tree pose was a little difficult at the beginning as well, for it to stay there. But she showed me a way where you tuck, you kind of like tuck this foot onto the thigh, but I feel like it slips off, so maybe that's just something to practice. But that is another way that she taught me. I love her. She's beautiful inside and out. Okay, so now let's come here to the left, and let's bring the foot to the thigh, shin, or kickstand on the floor, and stand up nice and tall. Keep in mind that one foot, my one leg balance might be different than the other. Practice bringing the knee out, the hips to face forward. I feel like I still need some practice on that, but this is where we are, and I need to accept myself in this moment in time, which is what I am really working on. Accepting myself for who I am, what I am, how I'm doing, what my ability is in this moment in time. It's not what it should be, it is what it is. And making an effort every day to practice the things that you are interested in your goals, and that is what matters, is practicing and progressing small steps at a time. Big reminder for myself. One more breath here. And then we can come out of that. And just in case it does look like I'm at a slant when I'm on one of my sides, because it's just a problem that I have. A problem, or just my bone structure. So just in case you're not bugging, I do tend to look like I'm leaning over to the side on this leg, just the way it's structured. Okay, so now we did our tree pose, we did our warrior poses. So from here we're gonna come down to the ground to practice a few more poses before we end our session here today. And yeah, so we're gonna come to locust. So I feel like when the mat is sideways, like you can kind of see better what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna keep it this way, because I do feel like it's a better view instead of bringing it the long way. So I'm gonna just lay down on the mat and we're gonna come into our locust pose. So for our locust pose, your options can be, you can stay in this baby cobra right here, okay? Or if you just wanted to come into Sphinx and have your forearms and lift the chest and the belly off the ground, you can do that. Or you can come into locust where we bring our arms at our sides, our feet are a little bit wider out, and as we inhale, we're gonna lift the chest off the floor, the legs, and the arms. The legs, I'm doing the best that I can here, and we can stay here for a few breaths, or you can come down and come back into the pose. Really just like squeeze up there in this pose. Three is good enough for me. Whew. So from there, you can come into a child's pose to kind of do the opposite of what we were doing. And then we're gonna try our bow pose, I believe. So we're gonna grab the ankles and you can just stay here. You can use straps with this, or maybe you want to just grab one at a time. So you can just grab one ankle at a time and then lift your chest up off the floor, and if possible the thigh, right? You can do this, or we can try to go for both and just lift the chest, try to lift the thighs, looking forward here, and rest. So if you did one side, you can try the other. Now, here we go. Whew. Really trying the best that you can in your body. Come down to rest. I'm going to place my palms under my shoulders, press myself up and back to child's pose. And then we're just going to do a couple of those. Come back down and press back into child's pose. One more time. Come back down to the mat. And press up and back to child's pose. Okay, from there, we're gonna practice another one of my favorites, the boat pose. So before we do that, we're going to, plug in these Virgo moves, because the moon is in Virgo. So we're gonna practice a few more of those. So we're gonna grab onto the back of our thighs and gently roll down to our back and keep our feet flat on the floor. Try to bring our lower back to the floor, if possible. And then we can gently hold our thighs. And we're gonna begin to roll up slowly and come towards our knees. So inhale and then exhale and slowly roll up. And then reverse the motion. Come down. Try to have the lower back first come down and then the upper back. And same thing. First peeling off the upper back and then the lower back and coming to meet chest to thigh. do a few of those. Last one, let's roll up. And let's get ourselves ready for our bow pose. So, here we go. We can start by either, see what's good for you. You can hold on to your thighs, or you can place your hands behind you to kind of lean back on. Try to keep your back straight. And you can either lift one leg at a time, right? You can take turns or hold it there for as long as you'd like, maybe, and then switch. Or you can try to lift both legs up, stay here with your knees bent, and then maybe you work on releasing and holding your thighs, or let's straighten the legs. And we can hold the thighs or bring our hands out in front. So I'm trying to keep my back straight and try to make a V shape here with the body, and just breathe. And okay, so you did one side, holding it. We can practice the other side, or we could just practice this bow pose again. Whew. Can't hold it for too much longer. Okay, so let's be done with that, right? Just practicing. Should we do one more? No, let's leave it there. Now we can lay all the way back and begin to just relax here. Hug the knees into the chest. Take some nice deep breaths. Celebrate your efforts, your strengths. Appreciate your well-functioning body that allowed you to move for this time, to practice mindfulness in this moment. Let your knees fall over to the left. Bring your arms out to the side. Remembering the variations of this pose where you can place a pillow, a block in between your knees or beneath. You can bring your hands here to have it meet the other knee. Some people leave the bottom leg straight. You can do that if you're into a more deeper stretch. Your eyes if that feels right. On your next inhale, bring one knee up at a time. So you can drop them over to the right now. And you can turn your head to the opposite side if that feels good to you. both legs over to center, and you can either come into happy baby, right, where we hold on to the feet and bring our thighs to our ribs. You can do that and sway side to side. If that feels very relaxing to you, you can do that for a little bit. You can bring your legs against the wall and let all that blood flow in the opposite direction. You can come to bound angle, bringing the feet together and letting the thighs come out to the sides, resting your thighs on pillows or blocks. You can bring your knees together and bring your feet farther out apart. Or you can just simply bring your legs straight on the floor and bring your palms to face up and just lay here and enjoy, a nice restful time. Maybe you want to begin to bring some of those statements back into your mind. Maybe you want to visualize something beautiful and wonderful, something meaningful to you. Maybe just yourself. Just keep yourself in mind in appreciation of your beautiful mind, body, and spirit coming to balance and harmony. Loving yourself for who you are, what you are. Focusing on all of you. Your strengths and your weaknesses are all meaningful to you and to others. Your strengths and weaknesses help you to overcome obstacles, to improve, to be an example to others. So although we don't like to point our weaknesses out, they are so very important to us. There has to be a balance of everything. There is not just one thing that belongs. Everything belongs. Everything belongs. Everything stands. Everything has its degree on the scale. All of you is worth it and beautiful and amazing and an asset. And when we start looking at ourselves that way, it's beautiful. It's accepting your whole self. And I like to do this as giving myself the same compassion, care, and love that I would give to somebody that I love. The advice that I would give to somebody I love, I need to turn around and give it to myself. Because it's like, I know all these things, and sometimes in the moment, I may forget. And I might put myself down, and what does that do? It does nothing for me. It does not serve me. So I need to uplift myself as I would uplift others. So look at yourself in the mirror every day and tell yourself that you love who you are, that you accept who you are, and use all of you to live and to be. And if you want to stay here, you can turn this off, or you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and bring some movement to your body. Maybe a quick stretch. I forgot what this one is called. Is it the half moon? Can't remember. Stretch your hands and feet and legs over to the same side. And then bring your knees to your favorite side. Gently push yourself up and come to your seated position. And I hope that you enjoy just hanging out and practicing with me. This is very natural flow. This is a very authentic flow. You know, just me being myself. The only thing that was planned was the poses, you know, what I wanted to say more or less, and whatever thoughts that came to my mind in this moment. Just really just sharing myself, and I'm using this, you know, to help myself too, to help myself release and be who I am, you know, trying not to hold anything back and just being, because those are my intentions. And not that I was hiding before, but just feeling more free and feeling more it's okay to be me. And every day I realize, and I want to do it a little bit more, show a little bit more, and be a little bit more, and say a little bit more, and with the intention of helping others to do the same thing in their mind, body, and let their spirit express themselves. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to the beautiful universe, this energy, co-creating with me what is now. Thank you to all those that came before us, our ancestors, all those that paved the way. Let us also show gratitude to them, everything that they went through, and send them healing through time. The light in me sees the light in you, and seal in the practice of accepting ourselves the way we are, loving ourselves as we are, being ourselves and expressing ourselves as we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you.